my shoulders are so tight.
I was just stretching my calves out. I went for like a 3-mile walk yesterday and my calves are tight.
Wait, why did you do that?
All right, and then let's either with your bar or your PVC, let's go 10 times strict press in front of the neck, and then we're gonna do 10 behind the neck.
Great. Oh, this is tiring.
I'm doing telehealth PT appointments with a patient who's having shoulder pain with like push presses and push jerks. And she has this like sketchy, like 10-pound, 15-pound like barbell that's from like a million years old. And we're trying to like figure out what weight's on the bar. All right, let's do some thoracic rotations. So down on all fours. Sit your butt back. Down on your forearms, and we're gonna rotate up to the ceiling 10 times.
What do you mean? Like how many colors? Like how many? Oh, I think there's 6 colors. There is 6?
And then switch to the other side.
Is this one? We're talking about mastermind? Yeah. I think there's 6. No. Yeah. Well, because the easy has 4 and this one has 5. Yeah, I think if you no, it has 4. Yeah, because remember you could put
Stretch out in front of you.
of a red
Try to
part.
open up your armpit towards the floor. Get your head through.
That's what it said first. Where's it 6? This one has 5. I'm going back to 4 then.
Hands to one side. Stretch out your lats. And then walk them to the other side. And then let's get into a push-up position. And I want you to do 5 scap push-ups. Once you've done 5, let's walk your feet in and shrug 5 times. And then let's just stretch your calves out a little bit since we're doing dip drives. So straight back leg. And then bend that back leg. Try to get your knees over your toes. And then switch, other leg behind, straight back leg. And then bend your knee. And then let's do 10 calf raises. And let's do 10 calf hops. Good. All right. So let's just start out with the dip. So let's get your feet about shoulder width apart. You can turn your toes out a little bit. And we're just gonna break the knees, really thinking about pressing the knees outward. We're gonna pause here for 3 seconds and then come up. So if you look at me from the side, make sure we're going straight down. We're not coming forward. We're not hinging back. So knees out, straight back, 3 seconds, and then up. And bend. And up. Bend. And up. Good. All right. So let's grab your bar or your PVC. All right. So what we're going to do is put the bar behind your neck. You're going to, whatever foot you step out with in front on the jerk, we're going to go in front with that foot, behind with the other one, bend that back knee. Make sure you're not standing on a balance beam, so we don't want a really narrow stance. Make sure we're nice and wide. So if you see me from the side, my back knee is nice and bent. And we're going to press straight up and back down. No movement in the lower body, just a nice strict press behind the neck. Let's do 10 times. Good. All right, you can put the bar down. And we are going to practice just the footwork first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into that same dip that we just did. We're gonna pause there, and then we're gonna jump our feet out into that split position, recover the front foot, step in with the back. All right, so we're not gonna jump way up. So it's not gonna be like that. Like we talked about last time, it's like squish the bug. So we're gonna pause here, slide those feet out as quick as you can, and then recover. So I wanna pause in the dip, then we're gonna pause in the split before you recover so we can kind of check out what your feet look like. Rich, can you point your camera down a little bit so I can see your feet? So let's do 5 facing your camera and then 5 facing away from the camera. So 1 second pause in the dip, 1 second pause in the split, and then recover. Good position, Jamie. I just want it to be faster. Yep, that was better. Rich, when your feet hit in the split, make sure your whole body's really tight. I don't want to see any like bouncing around. Better. Jamie, I want to hear those feet hit the floor. Good back leg, Alicia. Rich, make sure that front foot is flat. You like roll, you know, your big toe wasn't touching the floor when you landed. There you go, Jamie. Better, Rich. That front foot was flat on that one.
Alicia's on the porch because she was just going, oh, yes, right when you said that.
What?
Alicia, she's on the porch. She's staring at me.
Oh, why isn't she doing some split jerks?
Yeah, what the heck? Valid question.
Just sitting there watching? How lame.
Yeah. Sorry. For work, not working out. This is not my plan.
So Jamie, you're leaning forward before you actually split. So you really want to keep your shoulders and your whole torso vertical. It's just your legs that are moving, not your torso. Better, but you could see you wanting to lean. Make sure you keep the weight on your heels a little bit more. Full foot. There you go. Better. Okay. No, that was a lot better. You can just see you're trying to keep it a little short because the mat is running up. But otherwise, that was better. You're going to grab that bar behind your back again. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip. We're going to pause, jump out into the split, press overhead, recover, and then bring it back down behind the neck. So pause, split, press, recover. So we're keeping the arms and the legs separate. All right. So everyone get into their dip position, pause there, split, and then press up, and then recover. Bar back down, dip, split, press, and then recover. Good. So everyone do 3 more of those at their own pace. Make sure that back knee is bent. Fast feet. There you go, Jamie. Good. All right, so now we're gonna add the arms and the legs in at the same time. We're still gonna go from behind the neck first. So we're gonna still pause. At the same time, arms and legs, and then recover behind the neck. All right, so same thing except for we're combining it all together. So let's do 5 of the, or let's do 6. Let's do 3 facing me and 3 to the side if you're able to turn to the side so I can see your feet a little better. Rich, don't let that front knee collapse in towards the center. Keep that knee over your foot. Little overcorrection, but that was the right idea. Nice, Alicia. Rich, a little bigger on the split. Make sure that front foot is flat. There you go. Good, Jamie, a little bigger with the feet. Better. Good. All right. So now we're going to bring the bar into the front rack instead of behind the neck. And we're just going to do a couple of push presses just to get that dip drive and then come back down. So I really want you to think about the position of your legs and the position of your torso in the dip drive. Like I said, we don't want your knees to come too far forward where your butt is in. You also don't want to be hinging like a squat. So let's really think about knees out, drive up. Really want to use your legs on that dip drive. Pop that bar right up and then come back down. Let's do 5 push presses. Really think about driving your feet into the ground. Use those legs. Not a push jerk, Jamie, push press. Use those legs, drive up. Okay, so now we're gonna add in dip. So we're gonna do the full jerk now. Dip. I really want you to concentrate on the speed of your feet. I really don't want you jumping way up in the air. I really want you getting that split, feet to the floor as quick as you can. All right, and then get nice and tight, press those arms straight up overhead. So let's do, again, let's do 3 facing me and 3 facing the side so I can see both angles. Get a little tighter, Rich, on that dip. Drive those knees out, feet flat into the ground, and then pop. Better. Jamie, lean a little forward in the dip. Nice, straight up and down. Nice, Alicia. Better on the dip, Jamie. That front foot didn't come out far enough, though. Rich, a little bit further with the front foot as well. It's a little short on the split. There you go. That was better. Get your elbows up a little higher if you can in the front rack. There you go. Good. Yeah, better. Good, Jamie. We're just not pausing. Remember, don't pause on the dip this time. Good. That was better. Use those legs. Drive the bar up with your legs. There you go. Good. Make sure that back leg is bent. All right. So to mimic more of like a clean and jerk, I want you guys to do a front squat in front of your jerk this time. So, you'll start with the bar on your front rack. I want you to do a front squat, get your bearings, deep breath, dip drive into your push jerk. So let's do 3 of those. Then you can put the bar down, shake it out, and do 3 facing the other way. So front squat, deep breath, nice and tight, and then dip drive into your jerk. Oh. And feel free to adjust your feet. Just because that's where you squat does not mean that's necessarily where you're going to dip drive for your jerk. So if you need to step your feet in a little bit after you front squat, that's totally fine. Good, Rich. You just need to think about driving those knees out, both on the dip and in the split. Those knees want to be knock-kneed. Get that front foot out, Jamie. Too short. Nice recovery, Alicia.
My hips are so tight. I can like feel myself hinging on my front squat.
Well, in all fairness, we didn't warm up the front squat. I decided to throw that in. So.
No, my hips have been wicked tight. I don't know why. They felt great after yoga yesterday, but now they're tight again.
Yeah. Come on, Jamie, front foot, big step out. Yeah, still a little short there. Stretch that front foot out further. Get a baby split. All right, so let's watch each other, and then we're going to do another round of that. So everyone can come close. Make sure you have gallery view so you can see.
Maybe I'll use a bar. Maybe it'll make mine look better.
I know. Jerks with PVC is kind of tough.
That's not the thing.
All right, Rich, you gonna go first?
Yeah, we're doing the squat or just the jerk?
Let's just do 3 jerks. Elbows up. So get that front foot out a little bit further away and make sure that you're not on your toes on that front foot, flat foot. There you go. Better. Good. Yeah, so guys, remember both, like, I mean, anytime your foot is flat on the floor, you really want to think about your heel and your big toe and your pinky toe all being pressing down at the same time. So when we're dip driving, we don't want to be leaning too far back. And then same thing when your feet split and hit the ground, we don't want to be up on your toes or back on your heels or on the outside of your foot. So it's really important that your foot's really balanced both on the dip drive, but also on the split. Obviously the back foot is going to be up on your toes, but the front foot wants to be nice and flat on the ground. And a lot of times if it's not, it's because it's in the wrong spot. Like you went out too far, you'll be heel heavy. If you don't go out far enough, you'll be toe heavy. So when it's right in that good vertical shin position, your foot will be a lot easier to keep it nice and flat. You going, Jamie?
Sure. I'm gonna try to face downhill in case it helps.
You what?
Face down in case it helps.
That was a baby split. Bigger, bigger.
All right, good help.
That was better. There you go. Both the second and the third were a lot better. First one was like really mini, but those were better. Just remember that, I mean, the reason why we want the split to be big enough is both because it'll get your whole body lower. So when the weight gets heavy, you don't have to drive the bar up quite as far. But also it's a balance thing. So if your feet are narrow and if your feet are too close together this way, your base of support is going to be, you know, way more narrow. So it's going to be a lot harder to balance. So what that nice even split, vertical shin in the front, bent knee in the back, like with the right amount of width, you're going to feel really stable and you're not going to be, you know, wobbling all over the place when there's weight on the bar. Alicia, you going to go?
Sure. Hey, you doing, I'll just use my broom. For now, and then I'll use that after. It's fine.
Okay. Good. That looks really good.
My back leg's been way better.
I know. I was like baffled. You're like a different person today comparatively. Like your back leg was bent on all of them.
We'll see what happens when I put weight on the bar.
Well, the more you practice it now. So let's go through another round. This time we're going to do the front squat in front of it. Like I mentioned earlier, I mean, your squatting stance should be a little bit wider than your stance where you're going to dip and drive. All right. So where you're doing your front squat, it's okay to kind of scoot your feet in a tiny bit if you need to for the dip drive so that you don't dip drive too wide. All right. Oh, Jamie, just hold on. Wait for Rich to go. Yep, keep those elbows up. Front foot nice and flat when you split. Plant that whole foot down. There you go. So much better.
I felt that one.
Yeah, you could probably hear it too. It was nice, solid. Whoop. Oh, that middle one was so good. You went toesy on that last one again.
Last one.
But good that you can hear and feel the difference though, because that's a big difference between the toes and the flat foot. Looked a lot better. All right, Jamie, nice big split. You're just rushing it a little bit. I mean, I love that you're trying to get your feet down nice and quick, but you're not finishing the drive. So just like a push press, you're going to come up on your toes a little bit and then you're going to split really quick. So we don't want to jump up, but you do have to finish your drive before you start splitting. That was a little better. A little bit bigger on the split. Get that, really think about reaching that front foot out. Dip, drive, and reach that front foot. Can you feel how you're a little bit toesy on the front foot? Yeah, if you were literally out just like another inch forward, your foot would be flat. Rich, could you see that on Jamie's front foot on that last one?
Yeah.
That's essentially like what you're doing too. It's like, you know, that front foot, because it's not all the way out, you're ending up being a little bit more on your toes instead of nice and flat if you were a couple inches further.
Right.
Yeah. You gonna go, Alicia?
Sure.
Nice. Loving it. So much better.
I'm bending my leg.
So much better. All right. So now I'm going to have you guys do like a drill and then right into the split jerk. Mainly for both Jamie and Rich, just so that you can work on that front foot. Super common that, you know, your feet aren't in the perfect position just yet. And it is looking so much better. But sometimes if you do like a drill first and then pick up the bar and do it right away, that just like muscle memory of just working the feet first can sometimes really help translate it over too. So what you're going to do is just the feet first. So you can even put like your hands on your hips. We're just going to go, you know, dip, drive. I want you to take a look at your feet, make sure that your foot is flat, that your shin, so that front foot, your shin should be vertical, straight up and down. So if your foot doesn't go out, you know, enough and you're on your toe, it's not going to be a nice vertical line. Make sure that back leg is bent and then recover. All right, so it's just footwork. And then immediately you're going to pick up your bar and you're going to do it with the bar. All right, so one just to your feet and then pick up the bar and do a jerk with the bar. really work on that flat feet on the front. Yeah. Oop. It's okay. Same thing, do just the feet and then just the bar. Yes. Same thing. Whoop. It's amazing how that bar changes everything, right? Go ahead, Jamie.
Rich, what shoes do you have on?
Nano 10s.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the feet I want, Jamie. Same thing with the bar now. Yeah, that knee was over the toe because that foot didn't go up far enough. Let's do the feet again.
I wonder if you think about moving it out to the side instead of forward, it will just go out. I don't know.
She doesn't look like she's crossing over midline, though.
Yeah, she's not. She's just
Yeah.
not moving it out.
That was a dance move.
You're being too graceful.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Yep, just like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
Same thing.
Oh, that's so. I'm trying so hard to get it out there.
I know, it's so funny. Both of you guys like look really good with the footwork by themselves, and you add the bar in your hands and you go like half the distance.
Draw
right.
some. Do you have chalk?
Oh, to like draw a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to get back in the gym when we can like draw on the floor.
Like draw all over the floor.
So another good drill for the people who aren't getting their front foot out would be this. So you're gonna get into like a mini split, so like a shortened split position, and then you're gonna dip and just move your front leg out into the position you want it in. So mini here, and just step the front foot out. You guys wanna try that?
Sure.
So put your back leg right where it's supposed to go, but the front leg's gonna start short and you're gonna dip, drive, and then just step the front foot out. Yep. You can start a little further out. Yep, bend that back knee. Yep. Do 2 more, and then we're gonna do a regular jerk. Yep. Good. All right, now put the whole thing together. Nice big split. That was better? Good. All right, Jamie. You just laugh.
You'll get it.
Yep. Don't lean your whole torso forward though. Keep your torso nice and vertical. Just step that front foot out. That was a little better. You're still leaning your body forward a little too much. So keep a little more weight on your back leg. Yep. Straight up and down. Yeah, that was better. Like that right there was the perfect vertical shin. Better. One more and then we're gonna do a jerk. A little more weight on the back leg, bend that back knee. There you go. Yeah, do one more. That one wasn't as good. Bend that back knee. There you go. Straight up and down with the torso. Good. All right, now do a jerk. Feet together. Well, that split was, well, no, I mean, the split was a little too small, but it was evenly small on that one instead of like your knee going way over your toes. So like both legs just needed to get a little bit wider, but it was equally short on that one instead of the back leg back and the front leg too short.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, no, front foot. That's okay. But I think both that drill would be good for both of you guys to do as far as like just working on the footwork without the bar until that becomes better muscle memory, and then also doing those jerk balances because that's literally a drill for people who don't get their front foot out. It's like forcing you to get used to just lifting that front foot out. Just another piece, just working on that piece of it, taking the rest of it out. But I think everyone did a lot better job of like bending their back knee a little bit more, and the arms and the dip drive looked a lot better. It's really just like that front foot on in the equal split for both of you guys that you need to work on, and just making sure you're solid. You know what I mean? Like this is an empty bar or a PVC, so if you're not really balanced and solid with that, the more weight you put on there, it's going to be even more difficult. So really just practicing that footwork, even if you're not warmed up with a bar, you could just be practicing that footwork in the kitchen kind of thing. And then, when you are doing dedicated time with the jerks, work on the footwork, work on the jerk balance, and then put the whole thing together. But I do think like the dip drive and everything looked a lot better. So I think, kind of breezed through that part because that looked good from last time, is really just working on the exact placement of the feet, which just takes a lot of practice. Everyone, like for Alicia, like last time it was straight back leg and that looked a lot better. For you guys, your goal would be to work on getting that front foot out because everything else looked pretty good about it. You guys have any questions?
I've been working on that straight back leg since 2009.
Yeah, well, today looks really good, so we'll keep it. Cool. What?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To do it like 8 million more times, it'll be fun.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a little bit less to think about in a jerk comparatively to like a snatch and a clean, but at the same time, you guys probably have a lot less experience with split jerks comparatively to cleans and snatches, because we see it in workouts and in the strength all the time to do cleans and snatches, but like majority of the time it's a push jerk or, a push press in the workout. Even if you know how to perfectly split jerk, you're not going to split because it takes so much longer unless it's like your max weight. So, it's just something that you got to put a little more time in on your own to master it, because you're just not going to get that many reps of it within a CrossFit setting. So I think that's why it's a little more foreign than some of the other stuff, but good work though. even looks better than it did last time we did them. So, and I think too, it really helps when you can put marks on the floor and try to look down or your feet on the right marks and then fix them. But, I don't think you're going to do that on your porch or in your garage. So when we get back into the gym, I can show you guys how to measure out your feet and put marks down on the ground if you want.
Alicia has been drawing chalk marks in my driveway for me.
Oh, in your driveway, absolutely.
There you go.
Just got to make sure you find a flat spot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of those for sure.
Yeah. When I taught the clean and jerk seminar in the fall, we made like chalk marks for everybody, and I think that was really helpful.
I'm so sad I couldn't go to that. I needed that.
I know. I was so surprised that you didn't. I was like, the whole fam should have joined.
I know. Maddie had danced. Somebody had to go.
I know. Justin represented. Justin and Justin, they paired him up the whole time.
Love it.
Cool. Well, things are looking good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These are awesome.
I know.
Well, Alicia, we said hi.
No, not a big group today though.
Hi.
Foot two.
What was that?
I don't know.
Does that back foot too.
Oh.
Straight foot. Yeah, I do that.
It's from gymnastics.
Yeah, it's a very common gymnast thing. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.
You do.